So keto diet is like a marriage. If you cheat, it doesn't work. So today I want to talk about the keto diet a little bit. It's something that became really popular in the past few years. It helped a lot of people to lose weight, but so many people got disappointed as well, and they said how it doesn't work, and they didn't lose any weight. So I have a lot of experience with keto diet. I did it myself for over a year and a half, and I did it really successfully. The reason for that was I did a lot of my own research before I started it. So I learned about all the things that needs to be in place in order for keto diet to work. So today I want to share with you some things I discovered and learned while I was doing keto diet, and some of the mistakes that I was making, and some of my clients and other people I talked with, why it didn't work for them. Obviously, this is a huge topic. We can talk about this way longer, but I'll just point out some of the mistakes and some of the things you should be careful with. So first reason why people fail in keto diet is because they overeat protein. You gotta understand that energy when you're doing keto diet comes from fat. If you're eating too much protein, it's gonna convert to carbs and it's gonna kick you out of ketosis. So in real keto diet, you wanna go 80 to 20 fat to protein ratio. For athletes and people that wanna build muscles, I recommend having a little bit more protein. So I was personally doing 65 to 35 and it worked well for me. Another thing is people start eating too much. So they think, okay, I'm doing keto diet, it works the way it works, so now I can eat just how much fat I want, because once you start keto, they're gonna tell you if you're hungry, you just eat some more fat rather than protein. And that is true. However, you gotta stay in the desired calorie range. So if you're gonna just eat a crazy amount of calories, you're not gonna lose weight. Later on, once you lean out, you're gonna start increasing the food, but it's the same thing with other kinds of diet. So once you are more lean, your body is just having your metabolism is faster, you can burn more fat, you carry more muscles, and you can afford to have more food, more calories. Next thing is cheat meal. So everybody knows that if you're doing keto diet, every once in a while you're gonna have a cheat meal, or some people is gonna have even cheat day. I was doing even a cheat day when I was like deep into keto diet, and I wouldn't do it again. I think that was a mistake. There is no any need for that. However, you just start craving certain things, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna let myself go. However, when I started keto, first few weeks, I didn't have a single cheat meal. So with anything else, when you start something, you want to be consistent at the beginning, you want to see some results, and then a few weeks in, once you already drop some weight, once you start leaning out, if you're lean enough, you can afford to have a cheat meal, and that's not going to set you back that much. I also had a whole regimen. What I would do after that cheat meal, I would have some berberine and some other supplements that would bring me back to ketosis in a matter of hours. And then most common mistake. Most common mistake would be people are not aware that carbs are everywhere. So I would talk with somebody and they're like, oh man, I'm doing keto diet, it doesn't work, and I'm like, so what you eat? Like, well, I'm eating almonds and I don't know, avocado all day long. Well, you can't do that. Let's say when I was doing keto diet, I wasn't eating almonds at all. Almonds are having carbs. The only nuts I was eating were macadamia nuts and pecans. They are super high in fat and almost no carbs. Avocado, average avocado is going to have 6 to 8 grams of carbs. So if you're going to have few a day, you're going to be out of ketosis. So you got to understand that pretty much when you're doing keto diet, there is no moment where you're going to eat straight sources of carbs. You're going to be just having traces of carbs from other foods, and by the end of the day, you shouldn't go over 20 grams max if you want keto diet to work. So you got to be focused on just foods with almost no carbs at all, and by the end of the day, you're going to hit those 20 grams anyways. All right, now things to watch and be careful when you're doing keto diet. And this is something that happened to me because I'm prone to it and many people are. and that was the reason I stopped keto diet. I also couldn't grow on keto diet because there is no insulin response. But what happened, first thing was cholesterol. So many people will tell you that actually improved their cholesterol doing keto diet. And I know that it's possible. However, I always had kind of not really great ratio of my bad and good cholesterol. And for me, it just didn't work well. After a year, my bad cholesterol was crazy. And that was one of the reasons I had to stop keto diet. Another thing was blood pressure. So blood pressure, when you're doing keto diet, you want to have a lot of salt because you're not having any carbs. So in order to keep the water in the body, have a pump for training and just for your look, you're eating a lot of salt. Well, salt will affect blood pressure. And again, in my case, since my blood pressure wasn't great to start with, it affected me that way and my blood pressure went up. So those are two things you should be careful with when you're doing keto diet. And then some little advice. If you decide to do a keto diet anyways, I think ideal is just to do 7 or 14 days for somebody who is athlete or who is a bodybuilder as a keto run, so-called. So you can just shed some fat off. If you want to have that as your diet year-round, just do your own research, do a big research about all the things you should be careful with. These are some of the advices. And then the last thing, like I said, don't rely on these new fancy keto snacks. So stick with the whole foods. And all these things they're now selling as, shortcuts to keto diet or something that's going to help you. Like things that are sweet but there's no carbs. Those are all processed food with million ingredients. You don't want to do that. You want to stick with the food that are one single ingredient that's the healthiest for you and it's going to work the best and it's going to help you with satiety. So if you are in a situation that you really need to grab a snack, try to find some sugar-free beef jerky. That could be fine, but all those kind of sweets and candies, they're like keto friendly. Stay away from that.